This week we're going to talk about things that sink or float. So things that sink means they go down under the water, and float means that they stay on top of the water. And this book shows a lot of things that sink or float. See, there's a big red ball, and that is floating on the water. Let's look at some other things. Some things can float on water, like this leaf. A boat can float. A beach ball can float. Even ducks can float. Some things can sink. Hippos are heavy enough to sink in the water and walk along the bottom. Rocks are heavy also. They sink to the bottom too. They're so heavy. When objects sink or float, they push water away. Have you ever jumped into a pool? Your body pushed water away as it splashed into the pool. Some things always float because they're lighter than water, like ice or wood. Oh, see these logs? And this is a big iceberg. It's floating. And some things might sink or float. A ship made of steel will float, but an anchor made of steel will sink. One person on a raft will float, but 3 people on a raft might sink. Which things are floating? Which things have sunk? So the boat, the ducks, the inner tube are all floating. The anchor and the rocks are sinking. Are these 2 boys floating? Now find your bag of things that I gave you, and you can go and find out if they float and sink, and you can find some other things around the house or outside and see if they float on the water or sink down under.